When you're a celebrity, everybody knows that you have lots of money and lots of valuables. And unfortunately, that makes you a target. Probably the most terrifying celebrity robbery of all time was Kim Kardashian in Paris. It was October 3rd, 2016, and Kim was in town for Paris Fashion Weekend. She was alone in her hotel room when 5 men broke in and held her at gunpoint. They demanded jewelry and cash. And after Kim gave them her valuables, she was constrained and placed in the bathtub. The incident was terrifying, and Kim was left traumatized. The thieves managed to get away with $10 million worth of jewelry, including her new $4 million diamond ring, which she'd posted a picture of on Instagram a few days before. The men targeted and tracked Kim using her social media posts. And since then, the mom of 4 has been way more cautious about what she posts online. In 2017, French police charged 12 people in connection with the heist. Kim has been open about how much the incident affected her.
That's really traumatizing.
Back in 2013, Miley Cyrus's house was burglarized 3 times in the span of 2 years. The first time, thieves got away with $100,000 worth of personal items and jewelry. Luckily, Miley was on tour at the time. In May 2014, a couple broke into her house again. They stole more jewelry and Miley's brand new Maserati Quattroporte, which was worth about $120,000. Once again, Miley was out of town. This time, the burglars were caught and sent to jail. Finally, in December 2014, Miley's house was broken into again, and more jewelry and valuables were stolen. But guess what? Miley was out again. Hey, it was bangers era Miley. She was busy. In 2019, Gigi Hadid, Bella Hadid, and their sisters were on a group vacation in Mykonos, an island in Greece. One night, the girls came home and found their villa ransacked. Thieves stole all their valuables, including jewelry, designer clothing, purses, and sunglasses. After the robbery, the women were spooked, and they chartered a private plane and headed back home. After the incident, Gigi posted this selfie to Instagram with the caption, "Don't let Insta fool you. Got robbed. Never going back, LOL." Some of her followers were annoyed with the caption and pointed out that she could have gotten robbed anywhere. Gigi defended herself in the comments, writing that over 30 houses in her area were robbed that night, and Greek police weren't helpful at all. At least all the Hadid ladies were safe and sound. Remember the bling ring? In 2008 and 2009, a group of teenagers broke into the homes of several huge celebrities, including Paris Hilton. The kids didn't just rob Paris's home once. They robbed her 5 times. Paris didn't even notice until one of the teens stole nearly $2 million worth of jewelry, clothes, and cash in one go.
It was really scary to know that people were in my home.
The thieves were eventually caught, and a few years later, Emma Watson starred in a movie based on the actual crimes. Paris let the filmmakers shoot scenes in her actual house, and even made a cameo.
It's just very scary that it feels like nowhere is really safe.
Lots of stars have lost jewelry and cash to robbers. But Lady Gaga briefly lost something way more valuable: her beloved dogs. In February 2021, Gaga's dog walker, Ryan Fisher, was shot and injured, and 2 of her French bulldogs, Koji and Gustave, were dog-napped. Gaga offered a $500,000 reward for the safe return of her pets. 2 days later, a woman dropped off Gaga's doggies at a police station in LA, hoping to pick up the reward. The lady was later charged in connection with the case, and the man who shot Ryan was sentenced to 21 years in prison. Back in 2018, Rihanna was targeted by yet another celebrity burglary ring. The thieves stole from stars like Riri, Christina Milian, and LeBron. Altogether, they stole more than $1 million in valuables, including $50,000 in cash, expensive watches, purses, and a car. It's unclear what the robbers took from Rihanna's house. After 10 people were arrested and charged with the crimes, the thieves admitted to using social media to find out when the celebs would be traveling, touring, or out at parties. Social media strikes again. Thankfully, most of these stars weren't home when their houses were robbed, but Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello weren't so lucky. In spring 2021, the couple was enjoying a quiet night in when intruders broke in through the window. When the robbers realized Camila and Shawn were home, they fled, but managed to grab the keys to Shawn's Mercedes SUV on the way out. Don't worry, this story has a happy ending. The SUV was recovered and the thieves were arrested. Shawn and Camila's relationship, on the other hand, well, that didn't have a happy ending. In March 2022, David and Victoria Beckham's West London mansion was broken into while the couple and their daughter Harper were home. Thieves got away with thousands of pounds worth of expensive valuables. Somehow, Posh, Bex, and Harper weren't aware there had been a break-in. It was only discovered when Posh and Beck's then 17-year-old son, Cruz, came home from a night out with friends and noticed broken glass in a ransacked room. The thief had already escaped, and luckily, no one was hurt. One night in 2022, Megan Thee Stallion was in New York City getting ready to host Saturday Night Live. Back in LA, burglars targeted her LA home, breaking a back door and stealing $300,000 to $400,000 worth of jewelry. When Megan found out, she posted her feelings on Twitter, writing that material things can be replaced, but I'm glad everyone is safe, and sharing that after she was done hosting SNL, she needed to take a break. Paris Hilton wasn't the only celebrity targeted by the bling ring. They also stole valuables from celebs like Audrina Partridge, Rachel Bilson, Orlando Bloom, Megan Fox, and Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay was targeted because she was ringleader Rachel Lee's ultimate fashion icon and her biggest conquest. Rachel and two other teens stole around $130,000 worth of clothes and jewelry from Lindsay's rental home in the Hollywood Hills. Luckily, she wasn't home. Lindsay moved out right after the break-in, and members of the bling ring were arrested a couple months later. In 2017, Nicki Minaj lost $200,000 worth of valuables, including lots of jewelry, when her LA mansion was burglarized. The suspects didn't just steal valuables, they completely trashed her home, flipping over furniture and other items, destroying picture frames and perfume bottles, and even cutting up Nicki's clothing. How terrifying. In 2021, thieves hit up 3 of Beyoncé's storage units in LA and stole more than $1 million worth of luxury handbags and dresses. Hey, we all wish we could dress like Beyoncé, but stealing is wrong. Unfortunately for Bey, the criminals were never apprehended. Hilary Duff was on vacation in Canada with her 5-year-old son Luca when her home in LA was robbed. Authorities speculated the robbers figured out Hilary was out of town thanks to her social media posts. They got away with over $100,000 worth of jewelry without setting off an alarm. In December 2015, Simon Cowell was the victim of a terrifying home invasion. Simon, his partner, and their 9-year-old son were sleeping in their 4-story West London mansion when 2 men broke in and stole £1 million worth of jewelry and 2 passports. One of the items stolen was a ring estimated to be worth £500,000. The burglars were eventually caught and sent to prison. On the 4th of July in 2020, Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi's Montecito mansion was burglarized. Thieves got away with super expensive watches and jewelry. Tabloids reported that Ellen's house was targeted because of her celebrity status, and a local sheriff told residents that the crime was an inside job by someone who lived in the exclusive Montecito neighborhood. The case was never solved. If you were as rich and famous as these stars, would you be totally obsessed with security? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to The Things Celebrity for more on your favorite celebs.